And hello again. Tonight we'll be looking at what you are asking for in your investment pitch. Our Engen Pitch Polish contestants are pitching for a set amount of prize money. But ordinarily, you would need to determine for yourself how much you want to pitch for. You also need to figure out what type of finance you need. Generally, there are three options you could look at. They are equity, loans, and convertible debt. I know many of you hope to attract funding, which I won't be talking about specifically, but bear in mind that all the points we cover in this session should also be included in the funding pitch. Even if you don't have to pay any money back, funders will want to know that you will manage their funding in a way that will make your businesses self-sufficient and create employment and value in the economy. Let's start with equity. Simply put, equity is where the investor gets a percentage of the business and the associated benefits of that piece of ownership in return for an agreed upon amount of money. Equity is one of the most sought after forms of capital for entrepreneurs, in part because it has no repayment schedule, but also because high-powered investor partners bring with them expertise, networks, and skills that the entrepreneur may lack. The investor will want to be involved in the business, which can be both a positive and a negative. On the positive side, they will problem solve, actively seek to build the business, and create ways for the business to grow. On the negative side, if you have put your blood, sweat, tears, and sleepless nights into this, you may find an equity partner overbearing. Investors will also often base their valuations on the numbers, while the entrepreneur will look more towards the potential of the business. If this gap can't be closed, it can become a clashing point. A loan or debt-based fundraising is simple. You borrow money now and pay it back later at an established rate of interest. Debt is the most common form of outside capital for new businesses. If you decide to pursue debt-based fundraising privately, you can negotiate the rate of interest for the repayment and also the expected time frame to repay the loan. Banks and similar financing institutions generally have preset repayment terms based on the prevailing economy and the level of risk perceived. An important piece of the loan puzzle is collateral. This is some concrete, sellable thing your lenders can take from you if your business goes under and you can't repay your loans. The more collateral you have, the better your chances of securing large amounts of financing. So what are the pros and cons of loans? Well, you keep complete control of your business. It will continue to hold only your DNA, your vision, and your decision making. You can also decide exactly how to spend the money you raise, unlike with equity investments, which may have terms and conditions on how the money is spent. On the negative side, the set repayment schedule and interest rate may put a high level of pressure on you and your business. Defaulting may mean losing your business and, in many cases, also losing your personal assets. And the last form of raising capital I want to talk about is convertible debt. Essentially, this is a hybrid of equity and loan. Basically, you borrow money from an investor with the understanding that it will either be repaid or turned into a share in the company at some negotiated milestone. While this offers the benefits of both equity and debt, it can also easily attract all the negatives of both. So be careful when it comes to the fine print. So what does your potential investor want to hear? The first thing is, pretty simply, how much money do you need? This must be based on your business valuation, your sales pipeline, as well as your collateral, to name but a few. Entrepreneurs tend to be very conservative in how much they propose, which leads me to my next question. How will you use the money? You need to know exactly how much will go into every aspect of your business. Your investor will look for detail to support this in your projections. Finally, You need to explain how the money will help you scale your business. Investors do not want to fund your operations, but rather your growth. You need to demonstrate how their investment will activate the right levers to create the return on investment you have promised. Make sure you do your homework so that you present your options simply and clearly and negotiate a mutually beneficial deal. And that's it for this session. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.